and she's on the market, baby. For those of you that don't know me, hi, I'm Maddie. I just took a year off dating to work on myself. That's a very oversimplified way of saying what I actually did, but this video isn't about that. And I have 100 other videos on my channel about it, including the last one I posted, which is like 35 minutes long. So if you want to hear more about my year of no dating, go watch that video, because this video is about my year of lots of dating. If you watched all the way to the end of my last video, which I hope you did, because you're super sexy if you did, I was talking about how I'm so excited to get back into dating and that I feel just super ready for it and excited to experience the kind of vulnerability that comes along with pursuing romantic love. I'm excited to set my boundaries and show up for myself in ways that I haven't in the past. And I'm excited to meet new people. So a bitch is here. She's back, and I'm gonna remake my dating profile. Obviously, starting to date again means a lot of different things. It means I'm going to be more receptive to people talking to me when I'm just outside of my home. Obviously, open to being introduced to people via friends. And then obviously, I'm gonna be back on dating apps as well, because fucking everyone is on dating apps anyways. So, okay, but let's actually talk about the apps. And by the apps, I mean Hinge, because I don't really want to download any of the other dating apps. I've been on all of them at some point in my life, but the only one that I have actually enjoyed and have positive memories of is Hinge. I know people have very mixed opinions about the apps, and I sort of do too. I feel like everyone does. But here's the thing, right? Most everyone is on them, and being on them doesn't stop you from meeting people in other ways, so you might as well. I'm not trying to like sit and text people all the fucking time. I'm looking to like use the apps as a way to connect me with people, talk for a few days, and then actually get out and go on a date and meet face to face. I want to take it offline like pretty quickly, because it's hard to fucking tell if you're compatible through an app. And so once you get that initial gauge, I just want to jump right in, go on a date somewhere public, and see if it's something that I want to pursue. Now, listen, as with all of my videos, I'm sure there's going to be some pessimists in the comments. And you know what? I've been avoiding addressing said pessimists because y'all piss me off. I'm knocking shit over. There are people out there that are going to see me excited to date again and excited to download the apps like, boo! The apps are trash. Can't wait to see you get hurt again, you stupid bitch. Well, joke's on you, okay? I don't need an app to get my feelings hurt. I'm a Pisces. On a real note, my biggest takeaway from my year without dating was not that dating is somehow gonna be easy now, or that I'm gonna start dating and suddenly everything is gonna work out. In fact, I feel like maybe the opposite realization was what I had. I actually think dating's gonna be a lot fucking harder now, and I think that's a good thing, and I think it'll yield me better results in the long term, but I'm not expecting to download these apps and the first date I go on is someone that I actually fuck with. And if you are the person that I'm going on my first date with and you happen to be watching this video, you're great. You're awesome. But I think it's gonna be a lot harder and a lot more emotional now that I really know what I'm looking for. I'm like excited to say no. Is that weird? I'm excited to look at something and be like, you know what? No, this isn't what I want. This is not enough love for me. It's not that I'm excited to reject someone. It's just that I'm excited to get to show up for myself and be vulnerable and like connect with myself and my wants and my needs in that way. I'm just like excited to dig into myself through this process. So yeah, dating is dating, right? It's always going to be the same sort of thing. Sometimes it's going to be upsetting. Sometimes feelings are going to get hurt, and that's okay. I'm not afraid of that. I don't know how to sit in this fucking dress, I'll be honest. Can you tell? So what am I looking for? In short, I'm looking for someone communicative, consistent, and vulnerable. I'm looking for someone that is emotionally intelligent, passionate, thoughtful, kind, and can keep up with me. You can take that to mean whatever the fuck you want it to mean, but in truth, it means a lot of different things. I want someone who can talk through how they're feeling and have the courage to ask for what they need from me, and vice versa. I want to be able to do that as well. I want someone who doesn't leave me guessing or wondering how it is that they feel about me. I want someone who knows what they want, who's true to their word, who has a life of their own that they've built. I'd like someone that is at a similar stage in life with me. I want someone who gives a shit about other people, who is socially and politically engaged. I want someone with similar values to me. I want someone self-reflective and soft, romantic. Boys who cry, honestly. I want someone smart, driven, ambitious, sexual, curious. And like I've said before, I don't think that any of what I just said should be shocking in any way. I'm saying a lot of words, but it all just comes down to me saying that I want a kind-hearted person, knows how to communicate and use their fucking words, and probably make out with me a lot. Is that too much to ask? It's not. It's not, Maddie. Ask for it, bitch. Obviously, getting back into dating is going to be more fun than anything else. I'm just looking to have a good fucking time this year because we all know that finding what I actually want could take me a lifetime. So I'm just here for the vibes this year. I don't know what's happening. So anyways, this was a very long introduction, all to say that today I want you guys to get a little dreamy and romantic with me and hop around New York City to some old spots that I've been on first dates at and rebuild my dating profile with me. So cheers to asking for what you want this year and for being a little romantic and dreamy about it. Gross.
This isn't really a first date spot, but this is where I was taken by the guy that I saw for like 6 months my freshman year. He took me here every time we had sex. So, how romantic.
When I was seeing this guy, I genuinely thought that it was the sweetest thing ever too, that he would buy me a slice of 99-cent pizza. What's wrong with me? From my extensive research, hold on. Okay, so from my extensive research, and by extensive research I mean being on TikTok, oh my god. I've come to the conclusion that your profile should contain photos that fall into these 6 categories. Your first photo should be a picture that shows your beautiful, lovely face. Second photo should be a full body photo. Third is where the order can sort of be switched around depending on how good the actual photo is, but number 3 will set as a group photo, just one, so we can see that you do have friends and do have pals. But like group photos are really just fluff, right? Like we don't really need a group photo, but it's just nice to know that like you're a normal fucking person. Fourth photo should be a photo of you doing something that you love, something you're passionate about, something that will spark conversation that you could have a lot to say about. Number 5 is sort of similar in that same vein, but this one has more to do just with something that is totally tied to your life. Something big in your life. Doesn't necessarily have to be a hobby or a passion, but it's something that is like critical to understanding who you are, whatever that means. It can mean really anything. I'm being very vague. And then the last one is if you have a pet, it's a pet photo. Gotta pull those heartstrings somehow. Sounds easy enough, right? But it's actually, I'm a little, I don't know how I'm gonna fill up all those categories. Because also, I think it's a good rule of thumb to make sure that all of your photos were taken in the last year, 2 years, absolutely max. But the last 2 years we've been in a pandemic. So ask me how many group photos I've taken. Because I can think of 2 off the top of my head, and neither of them are like the best photo that I've ever taken. So we might need to do some work there. And this doesn't even begin to cover the largest problem when it comes to rebuilding this profile, is that I'm dyeing my hair in a week. So literally none of this matters because I'm gonna have to retake all of them in just a week's time. So actually, every single photo is a problem right now. Ugh, this dating thing is hard, you guys. So off top, I think I'm gonna use this picture as my first photo. I think this is what I actually was using the last time I was on Hinge. It was taken like late 2020. So it was like a year and a half ago that this was taken, and it was probably the last selfie that I have taken since then. So We're working with what we got for the time being. Full body photo is where I have a lot of options. I feel like I'm gonna probably pick one of these. I feel like I'm probably gonna include more than one full body photo on my page because I want to show off the fact that I can dress, a bitch can dress, and she shows up with the photo shoots. Yes, she does. But I want this first full body photo to be a more casual looking photo, not like a crazy outfit, and I want it to really show off this body yaddy yaddy baby. Again, photos is gonna be a real fucking problem. I don't know what to do with that one. That I'm passionate about or enjoy. I feel like I've got to work in cameras, film, videos in some way, so I feel like incorporating a film photo, a photo of me taking film in a mirror or something. So the problem with most of my film photos is that why am I always naked? Riddle me this. So I didn't end up putting any of those in, and in place of it, I just put in another full body photo. I used the first two full body photos that I showed you in the last section. And maybe in the future, I will take a film photo that's not nude. What's wrong with me? I feel like I have to include one that showcases my love of fashion or travel or both. But I feel like we need to include like a, oh, she's sexy type photo. Because that's really who I am at my core. And I feel like that's sort of the side of me that is presented to the world most often. So you've got to be down with that. You know, you've got to be comfortable being with someone who takes up some space, you know, virtually, emotionally. You can't be embarrassed to take me out in my green swirl set while you're in a Champion sweatshirt and jeans, okay? I'm not going to police how you dress, although I might give you some recommendations. I'm always going to dress how I want no matter the occasion, and you've got to be comfortable with that. So maybe we've got to get something in there that really drives that point home. This is real, this is me, baby. Love it or leave it. And then lastly, of course, I'm going to add in a picture of Mango and me, or maybe a video of Mango and me. I feel like I've got to add a video in there somewhere. This might be the good opportunity to throw that in. But I did get professional photos of myself and Mango taken earlier this year. And they are gorgeous and beautiful. So I feel like maybe this is also a good opportunity to use those photos. Because really, that's what it comes down to at the very end. If Mango doesn't like you, how are we going to proceed with this? I was thinking about that the other night. I was laying in bed because Mango sleeps on my other pillow every night, and she always has to be touching me like at all times. She sleeps as close to me as fucking humanly possible. And I don't think she'll ever stop doing that, and I don't want her to stop doing that. So whoever ends up with me is really gonna have to be comfortable with Mango sleeping in between us every night. Then that is so fucking precious, and I love it so much, but I really have to be with someone who also loves that so much and can get approved by Mango, because she's my keeper, okay? She draws up my schedule every week, and she might not make time for you if she doesn't fucking like you. So I think for photos, that's what I'm thinking so far. But again, I'm gonna have to retake all of these in a week, so not gonna use too much brain capacity on this one. Park really is like, it's got to be in like my top 5 places to go on a first date, or a date in general. It's so nice to look at and just sit and talk, and I feel like there's never that many people here. I mean, granted, I am here in the middle of the fucking day on a Wednesday and it's 30 degrees outside, but this is perfect for me. This is kind of my ideal situation. There's fucking no one here, and I got a truffle butter lobster roll. I'm gonna sit here and eat it. The fuck, yeah. It must be great to date me. And you know what? As someone who grew up in Massachusetts and spent summers in Maine, that lobster roll spot back there is actually pretty decent. A fun fact about me is that I love first dates. I always think it's so funny when people in relationships are like, is dating just the worst? They're like, I could never do it. I would like hate to go on dates again. I fucking can't stand first dates. And I'm always like, really? Because like dating is miserable sometimes, for sure. But I don't know. I feel like no matter how many bad dates I went on, or no matter how hopeless it did feel at times, I never stopped liking first dates. It was like the hope and the excitement would always come back for the next one. It was like every new date was like a whole fresh start in that way. Like when I was dating the last time, I always said that first dates were my favorite, and every date after got slightly less fun. And that's because nothing ever worked out. All that said, though, I'm excited to see how dating feels, how first dates feel, with like the new perspective and, I don't know, feelings that I have in general towards partnership after the last year of my life. I'm excited to see if it feels different, if it's equally as exciting, if I'm more nervous than I used to be on first dates. Anyways, point of me saying all that was just to say that I really love first dates. I think they're fun and exciting, and I don't dread them, and I'm not sure I ever would. I just don't hate dating. Is that what I'm saying? Like, I feel like even though I took a whole year off dating because I was having a hard time with it and I needed to connect with myself more and clearly do some healing and inner work, which thank God we figured that out along the way. But like, I just don't hate dating. And I just don't think that even having like a ton of shitty experiences would make me hate it. Maybe that's the whole thing of being a hopeless romantic. Absolutely nothing could make me not believe in love. Absolutely nothing could make me not love the idea and the possibility of love. Not even like 10 shitty dates, right? Because then you go on one good one and you're like, I knew it was out there. I knew it. And I already know it. I don't need to be proved. I know I'm right, as I am with lots of things. I am a hopeless romantic through and through. I'm always going to believe in love, right? Like, there's nothing on this earth that could make me not believe in love. And I believe in love because not only have I seen it in other people, but I've seen it in myself, bitch. I am love. And that's that. There's this tweet that I saw in the summer that I have referenced all the fucking time in every aspect of my life because I just love it so much. And it just said, the love I deserve exists because I exist. And I cannot fucking agree more. I've thought about that quote a lot this year, especially because it's funny. When you start proudly declaring what it is that you want and need in a partner, setting boundaries, setting standards, and making those clear, it's kind of fucking crazy the amount of people that come out of the woodwork to tell you that like your standards are unrealistic or what you're asking for doesn't exist. The love that you want isn't real. Like, it's kind of fucking crazy the amount of people that are like, you want a man to communicate with you and show up consistently and be vulnerable? Yeah, right, you fucking crazy woman. And I feel really sad for those people because, I mean, for starters, not to like dig into those people's psyches for a second, I feel like 9 out of 10 times, anyone that's mad at you for setting boundaries and saying what it is that you need and want in a partner, 9 out of 10 times, the only reason why someone is getting mad at that is because they feel like they settled. And they don't want to admit that, so instead they're going to yell at you and tell you to lower your standards because they settled and therefore fucking everyone else has to as well. Because most everyone would see someone setting boundaries and setting standards for themselves and go off, bitch. I hope you find that. That's it. You know? Like, it's really that simple. It's not your life. So I don't know. But I just always find myself going back to that quote, like, the love I deserve exists because I exist. And I think it's so funny when people tell me that this person that I'm looking for isn't out there, because I'm like, but I'm out there. Hello? I don't believe that love is scarce. I think that love comes in abundance, and there's many people that are going to love me the way that I need them to and want them to. And it is a rarity in the sense that I'm looking for something specific, but it is not a rarity in the sense that it is scarce. You know, there's going to be lots of people who love me like that in my life. I'm fucking 24. I'm a baby. But you know what? Seeing a strong-ass woman be so sure of what she wants and what she deserves, demanding the best for herself and being truly comfortable with being alone if she doesn't find it, that's a goddamn threat. I'm a fucking weapon, okay? Of course you want me to believe that what I want is too much. All of that to say, let me reiterate, the love that I deserve exists because I exist. And that's part of why I'm so fucking excited. As always, you can't rush these things. You meet someone when you meet someone. You don't when you don't. And I'm just excited to get to give it a shot, give it a go. And absolutely no one can dampen that excitement. All right, let's try to officially set up this profile. Okay, I'm so like, it is kind of difficult to make a profile after not doing this for so long. Can I just say that? The prompts took me 100 years to even write any of them because I was like, what do you say? Like, how much info am I supposed to tell in a profile? What info should I keep to myself? What should I put on the profile? I'd ask my friends, like, what are the things about me that you think should be on this profile and what should I not put on this profile? It's hard. It's like, how do you summarize yourself in just 3 little prompts and 6 pictures? Like, I'm super complex and deep, and it just would take so much more to really get to know me. Shut up. The only thing I did know going into this is that I wanted to be pretty clear that I'm looking for someone emotionally available and that I am not looking for something more casual. I wanted something on my page to immediately scare people off if that's not also what they're looking for. So I have my first prompt set as I'm looking for an emotionally available co-parent for my cat Mango. So I'm saying, yeah, I'm looking for someone emotionally available, but also I'm making it a little fun. It's for Mango, okay? She needs a stable family to come home to. She doesn't leave the house. Okay. We'll see. This is going to be like A/B testing, right? Like, we'll see how good this goes. But I mean, hopefully this weeds out a ton of people. Hopefully, ideally, all of the wrong people are going to immediately swipe no on me, even if maybe they would have swiped yes, because the words emotionally available are going to scare them, which is good. That's what we want. And that's the reason why I have it here. So my next 2 prompts are the ones that I'm totally not committed to at all. I'm like, I've changed them both like 6 fucking times at this point. In my head, I was like, the second prompt, I need to tell them a little bit about like my interests and what I'm into so they can ask me about those things. And then lastly, I'll have something that's like more of a joke. But right now I geek out on YouTube, good wine, and early 2000s pop culture. To me, it's like the YouTube thing can go in 100 different directions. I'm not gonna tell people that I do YouTube as a job. They're gonna find that out on the first date, right? Because nobody's gonna watch my videos before we go on a first date. That makes me want to die. It's just unfair to be able to watch so much about me before meeting me in person. It's just like, it gives you a head start on me, and it's not fair. So I don't want people watching my YouTube videos before we meet in person. You can watch them after the first date, do whatever you want with my social media presence, but I feel like I don't really want people to know that I do YouTube before meeting me in person. But YouTube is a massive part of my life, and it is what I spend most of my spare time doing. I am a big YouTube fan. I'm a viewer of many YouTubers, so this opens up the door for us to connect on what creators we watch, things of the like. I spend most of my life watching the H3 podcast, and I can just talk about YouTube and video essays and social media culture and the fucking cool ass creators on here forever. I just love YouTube. I love the internet. And so outside of being a creator, it's also just my favorite thing in the world. So I feel like I had to have it on my profile for that reason. And also, hopefully this incentivizes people to take me out to dinner or to a wine bar and also talk to me about early 2000s pop culture. because I love the years 2000 to 2012. And the world should have ended in 2012 because it was a lot more fun before. And then lastly, I have Don't Hate Me If I Gone Girl You. And then I put like a little face. Because men should fear me. They should be very scared. Also, I love the movie Gone Girl. So, more things to talk about. Again, this will change 100 times, but this is what we're gonna start with, and we'll see how it goes. If you think that I should add anything else, or if there's something else that you think is like, but Maddie, you've got to have this amazing part of you on the profile, let me know. I'm open to suggestions. You guys know me very well at this point, so let me know what you think should be on my dating profile that's not already on there if you think I'm missing something. But don't be a hater, because I am sensitive.